give you an idea of the journey that we've gone through there, a couple of years ago, if you come and chatted to someone in tech, they would have had this fantastic strapline, which was well-intended and good. We're here to make tech easy. Fantastic. Only problem is your internal customer and your external customer doesn't care about the tech. You can make it easy, just don't tell us about it. Fast forward to today, not just made for our event today, but the great customer experience at scale has been a strapline, I guess an aspirational position that we've had now for the last 18 months or so within the tech organisation. Can't get by with a bumper sticker, it needs to have real things that we do though. So to quickly drop into what are we doing below that. First and foremost, you've got to get the basics right. So our services have got to be stable, well-managed and secure. That's a given. I won't go into too much detail there. But these three areas in our transformation and that impressive introduction from Peter have really been about three things. Firstly, IT as a service. Let's stop thinking about projects and let's move to a service mindset. In a service mindset, you don't care about go live. You think about consumption. You think about adoption. And you constantly obsess over who's using my service today, not was the project a success and did we get up and running and we're now off to the new thing. Simplification. In order to be able to adapt, to do the elephants can dance thing or to turn the oil tanker or whatever analogy you like, we can't do it with the complexity. Talking to Mario from Munich Re when we did the little chat before, both in financial services, biggest pain point, legacy systems. It is the drag that we all have to deal with. And so how you think about simplifying that environment, how you start to think about a very different architecture to support the emerging business needs is a big part of what we're doing. And then underpinning all that, ultimately, is how do our people work? This idea of new ways of working, yep, everyone wants to go to the big A, agile word. It's a blend. It's a blend of agile, it's a blend of human-centered design, it's a bit of lean, it's a bit of ANZ home-cooked stuff. You know, it's taking ideas from people like Atlassian and putting all of that into a big pot. And to pick on part of Peter's presentation, it's not trying to make ANZ like Spotify, because that will never happen. It's not trying to make ANZ like Atlassian, because that will never happen. But it is trying to make a better ANZ based on all the learnings of these other organisations, as well as our own learnings, and fundamentally changing the way we work. It is a cultural change. There are three things that we are trying to achieve as we move to a new way of working. Number one, tied back into today's theme, is this great customer experience. How do we get value into the hands of the customers faster? Get your MVP out and then constantly iterate based on feedback. So number one driver for new ways of working was customer experience. Number two driver for new ways of working was staff experience. It's an amazing thing when teams are close to the customer, when teams are sitting there watching their Slack channel, seeing the good things about what they've done, they feel engaged. And then when they see something that customers don't like, they feel responsible to fix it. And amazingly, your product gets better and your customers get happier. So number two is all around staff engagement. And then number three is all around making the friction go away. As people start to work out what are the roadblocks and how do I blow them up, the bureaucracy, the politics, the drags that slow us all down start to actually dissolve without necessarily needing that sort of command and control. So new ways of working, it's not just agile, it is a cultural change. It involves a very different style of leadership, different style of language, different behaviours. On the leadership side, as a simple example, when your CEO, in our case Shane Elliott, is on the front page of the Fin Review saying I'm going to blow up bureaucracy, it becomes a lot easier for me to go in and talk to the business, to my teams about why we're doing this. So that appropriate level of support is fundamental, but then also having the right leaders within my team and then their teams to go and drive this change. The language changes. Like I said earlier, you stop talking about go live and start talking about consumption. You're fundamentally thinking about that customer experience. And the behaviours also need to change.